you can decipher that this man's an imbecile. This man's a fool. He's been got. He's a house slave. He doesn't know it. That's the best part about the house slaves. So when you're a house slave, you don't know it.
Yeah, I could definitely see how somebody could say that, but that's going to be a video for another day. I find it hilarious how people like Black Bob don't allow things like facts to get in the way of their storytelling. When did being popular become more important than being smart? Like, there was a time where people didn't want to look stupid.
It is the truth. Black people in America cannot be racist. What I have learned is you're the slave race and we're the master race.
Forgive him, but as you can see, he has no brain.
Turns out you don't need one. Totally overrated.
But oh no, not at Cleveland High School, because prior to Sister Jasmine becoming the valedictorian, they never, not once, had a black valedictorian.
What? This is the first black valedictorian? Oh, that's terrible. That has to be racism. Or is it because the town is 12,000 people, and like most towns, they just separate themselves. They segregate one from one another. So the white school didn't really ever have that many black students in it, so it was kind of hard for them to be a valedictorian. Your point is not a point.
So what this school decided to do was have a co-valedictorian that was Caucasian. This Caucasian female that they made a co-valedictorian had a lower GPA than Sister Jasmine had to be valedictorian.
Why does Black Bob talk like Captain Kirk at the end? Is it because he's slow, or is it because he knows his people that are watching are slow? I've always wondered that. But to your ridiculous point, yeah, maybe you should look into this more than just look at Facebook and listen to the girl's mom. Now, this is one of the biggest problems with Phil's so-called media. Phil's media is like fool's gold. It looks shiny, but there's really no substance to it. And it's worth about the same. This guy literally goes and just gets his information from Facebook. Looks into nothing. Now, if you're smart, you're going to ask, well, then why does the mom think that the GPA is fucking higher? Because the black girl's mom says that she knows the white girl knows her school schedule, and because the town is so small, she can calculate exactly what the white girl's GPA is. Even though the lawyers are laughing at him and saying, yeah, we'll take this to court, bitch.
To add insult to injury, outside of adding someone with a lower GPA, Sister Jasmine at the ceremony was made to give her speech to her class after the Caucasian female gave her speech.
Oh, lordy, lordy, tell me it is not true. The stupidity is mind-blowing, isn't it? Don't you understand that going last is actually what you want? Fucking Metallica doesn't start the show. They end the fucking show. Jesus Christ. Even when you do something good, he fucking complains.
And this is what happens in society. You see, when these people tell us, well, if you just work hard and you do the right thing, even when we do that, you can't stand when we upstage you.
This is the low grade knuckle dragging type of intellect that we are dealing with. This is what we are combating.
You can't. And historically, it's always been that way. I was doing so much research today into the Black Wall Street race riot.
Every time he says, I did research, it just makes me laugh. Because he did research for this video too. The Tulsa race riots is a whole nother video. But let's just say the black people started it, the white people ended it, and everybody were shitheads that were involved.
So this sister stood up because they was going to make this sister walk behind the Caucasian female. I mean, so blatant with some Jim Crow.
Jim Crow. He said Jim Crow. Oh shit. Did he graduate? I don't think he graduated. The reason why the white girl was in front is because her name was, well, they won't release her name, but her initials are AB. B. You understand that they go by alphabetical order, right? Do you know the alphabet, Phil? Let me help you.
Apple. Bus.
But this sister and her mother filed a lawsuit against the Cleveland School District, and they want the damages, in which she should get them.
No, she doesn't deserve it, and her mom is the one that's suing. Why? Because a lawyer came to her and said, hey, we could sue the school, and more likely they'll just give us money to go away. But it doesn't seem like the school's going to do that, as the lawyers already came out and said, no, that's ridiculous. The GPA was the same. You fucking idiot.
And a lot of you ask why this stuff is constantly happening all over the place. It is a system. It's not an individual. It's a system that's set up to disenfranchise those who are non-Caucasian.
Yeah, well, I've already proved that it didn't happen, so your whole idea here is worthless. But let's just say these teachers were against this black child. Why wouldn't they just get together and make her grades less, so that therefore a white kid would automatically be the valedictorian? Why would they go through all of this? God, these conspiracy theorists aren't even good anymore. At least flat earthers give it a try.
When you are the most primitive and savage people running around, you still talking about the color of the skin, you're savage. You're very, very savage. Without racism, you would know how to act. That's taking away your culture. Your identity is racism. You can't act civilized than anyone else.
All right, I'm confused now. Is Phil talking about himself? Because without racism, he definitely wouldn't know how to react. His channel would just be dead at this point.
You can decipher that this man's an imbecile. This man's a fool. He's been got. He's a house slave. He doesn't know it. That's the best part about the house slaves. So when you're a house slave, you don't know it.
Hey guys, I appreciate you watching. And Lucas's video, where he picks apart Phil, it'll be in the description. It's actually a pretty good watch. Now, if you're a fan of Phil's, I understand that you're an absolute fucking moron. But go ahead and leave your comment why I'm wrong, and I'll tell you why you're wrong. For everybody else, like, comment, share, subscribe. You know, do all that good shit for me.